other song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 945. Wait, 975.
Really?
900. Freaking A. Why did I not figure this out beforehand? Well, it's somewhere in that area. What do we usually say right here?
It's cafe anyway. That's where we are. We're talking about whatever.
Mike's Daily Podcast. Yeah, 974.
That happens. 974. We were close.
That's right. We're going to have the
Mike's Daily Podcast.
MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA. Well, this is the day after my birthday, which is always a letdown. Now you have to settle on the days you have around, are probably not as many as the ones you've thrown on the Mound of Days. Mound of Days? That's my new band hitting your town. Hayley and I will be there soon with our new band called Mound of Days.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hayley and I hit the town last night, so if I sound a little groggy, that's because I hate the light. Not much sleep.
Mike's
now let's work off
Daily
all that beer and pizza
Podcast
with some podcasting.
Yeah!
It's the most exercise we get all week.
Ah, that was good right there. I ate so bad yesterday, but that was fun. So this is what it was. I'm Mike Matthews. Picked up Hayley and Becca from the BART with Basil in the back, and we drove over to Kevin's brewery. And
Brewery.
Oh, Kevin Drury. That's his whole name, and his brewery. That's bizarre. I'm very fascinated. Confounded. So then we went to, after the brewery closed, we went to a pizza place in San Leandro. And I was at first a little, because I know you're gluten-free. I'm like, oh, we're going to a pizza place. And Hayley, but you found something to eat.
I did. Yeah, I can always find something to eat. I'm good at that.
We had a good time. Basil was there. I'm going to post a picture. Oop, I got a little ahead of myself.
Oh, no.
So that will happen later.
No time for that.
And then I got here early, and there was all kinds of technical problems and stuff.
We got it figured out, though, and now we have to do a quick podcast, but not that quick.
Not that quick.
We can do fine.
Anything on your mind? I think you mentioned something about the remaking Greatest American Hero.
They're remaking Greatest American Hero, which, out of all the superhero shows to remake...
Yeah.
Greatest American Hero, really?
It was always fun because he gets this suit and...
Yeah, it was fun, but it was 2 seasons long, and I guess it's a cult classic now.
Do you know who John Tesh is?
The name sounds familiar.
He was a Christian... everyone's been a Christian artist, but he had some kind of Christian album, and then he was on Entertainment Tonight for a long time. And now he's on a gazillion radio stations.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Food for your mind.
Tesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's rich or something.
Yeah.
And I think his wife is also rich.
Connie Sellecca. So Connie Sellecca was in Greatest American Hero.
Oh, yeah. We brought it back around. Right.
That's why I was going with that.
Okay.
And
yes, I have heard John Tesh.
He's a germphobe.
Yeah. My parents, for a while, were kind of obsessed with trying to tune in and listen to his show.
Really?
On Saturday mornings.
Probably.
You're listening to the John Tesh radio show.
I used to have to put that together because they would send it to us in waves, and I worked at a station that didn't have the capability of taking a sound wave and putting it into a computer to play later. You had to record it in real time, so I had to listen to everything he said on his show, and he had several hours of material every day. I'm oh God, if I have to hear one more germphobe story. On Friday night, I forgot to mention this on the last podcast, I went to see Katie Garibaldi. I know, her name makes you want to eat chocolate. She's a lovely singer-songwriter from San Francisco, and she was in the East Bay in San Leandro at Zoccolo's Coffee. And I was there. I sat right. She was just her and her guitar, and I sat basically with her husband and her mom the two of the most supportive people you've ever met. They're like, yay, Katie, yay! They're just totally clapping. And then her mom is like, isn't she just the best? Oh, she's just so wonderful.
Oh, that's cute, though.
Oh, but her mom, so Katie's been on the podcast earlier this year, and her mom said to me, oh, yes, we listened to your podcast. Uh-huh. And Katie's kind of like, yeah, we laughed. You're so funny. You're basically like, what the hell is this podcast? We thought you were just going to interview her.
Yeah.
And there's all this weird stuff going on. But her mom, Katie was all into it. Her mom was like, a little too strange, a little wacky. Too wacky for me. Okay. Go back to listening to John Tesh.
I'm John Tesh.
John Tesh. So...
No, he doesn't have a deep voice at all.
He doesn't? Why do I give him a deep voice then?
I don't know.
But at the coffee place, there's this cute girl that remembered me who serves coffee. I have a thing for baristas. So
Because they give you coffee?
They give me coffee. But she gave me a free coffee because of my birthday. And she's like, your name is Mike. She totally remembered me.
So cool.
I wish I could remember her name.
The barista lady.
I should, but I talk about these things and then I never do anything about it. I never go, hey, so you want to get a burger later? That would work great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just in that voice though.
Yeah, so you want to get a pizza later with pizza and toppings and stuff? You had your first anchovy last night.
I think so. I don't specifically remember eating one before.
They're very salty.
That's true. I can see how it would be good on pizza.
I enjoyed that. That was Kevin's picking. He chose that pizza, those anchovies. And Kevin, by the way, was on a show 2 shows back, and you've heard him on the show.
True.
But and then he also was very. Do you hear music? Oh, that's you tapping on that. I'm like, is it raining on the roof? Oh, we couldn't hear it. It is going to rain tomorrow.
Oh, thank God.
I'm all over the damn place. I'm sorry. Kevin told great stories that Gilbert Gottfried told.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we should just do the rest of the podcast not talking in complete sentences.
Yeah.
Kevin and Gilbert Gottfried roasting the table, rocking, and your dog, girls. Guy took a picture and just poof, and the window, scary face McGee.
Okay, you need to explain Scary Face McGee at least. Who is Scary Face McGee?
Well, we didn't call him Scary Face McGee at the time.
No,
but there was this guy who was working at the pizza parlor, and we're sitting right outside the pizza parlor on this table. And there's the window looking in directly into the kitchen, basically. And there's this guy who looks... Have you seen the movie Ratatouille, that Disney movie?
Yes!
So, you know how...
The critic?
No. In the kitchen, there was that one chef who always had the scowl on his face. And they talked about him, and he was like, he served time.
Oh!
It's like...
Barely.
No one knows what for. He's changed his story every time you asked.
Oh.
It's I killed a man with this thumb. Embezzlement. It's just different things. I mean, he looked
like
he
that
gave
guy.
off that same vibe, and he was looking through the window with his scowl on his face as he was making Italian food and pizzas and stuff.
Yeah, he did look like he served time. We were all a bit frightened by him.
Yeah, Kevin's like, has he ever been to prison?
Not to pass judgment on the man. I'm sure he's a fine, upstanding citizen who murders people nightly.
Yeah. I mean, who hasn't?
And grinds their bodies and puts them in the sausage of pizzas.
Yeah. That's probably why the Italian sausage was so good. And it said it was their own special recipe.
I liked it better when you spoke it in complete sentences. They were all over the place. Oh, I watched some more conspiracy theory weirdo videos. Mm-hmm. That was my pre-birthday, my birthday eve. I went home. My roommate's out of town, so I had my house all to myself again. And I sat there and watched my favorite new show, Death in Paradise, which is a British BBC show that it's been around, I guess, for a couple of years. But I watched a couple episodes of that. And on YouTube, I watched the 5 biggest conspiracy theories of all time. One was Hitler's in Argentina. Mengele created twins that populate a town in South America that's all twins, that they resettled there. Something about the Malaysian plane, that the Americans actually shot it down.
Oh, yeah.
There were a couple other ones, but yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Really nice. This one, though, it wasn't like Danger Dolan, who just shows a picture, kind of does like a slideshow, kind of low budget type thing. But great voiceover.
Yeah.
Danger Dolan,
Danger.
top 5.
I'm really Australian.
It was a lot of, like, they had lifted videos from all over YouTube,
Right.
and put them in quick succession, but because they have to get around the copyright of YouTube, because YouTube is really particular about that, they constantly gave credit in the lower left-hand corner, 20th century
20th century
box
video
thing.
Video courtesy of this guy.
I think this is a weird thing that I am into. I hope I get out of this phase of watching these weird videos.
You won't. I hope you don't.
Okay.
Good. Glad we established that.
Okay, so just go to mikesdailypodcast.com. You can go to Amazon, link there, and buy things. We're also on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Stitcher. If you go to iTunes and listen to us, please comment on the show and rank the show, and that helps us not languish in obscurity as much.
We have 5 stars, I think, on iTunes.
Oh, wow! That's not going to last.
No. If we get popular, it won't. But as
No.
long as we are
In
a
obscurity.
small-time thing, we have a chance at 5 stars.
Yay! Okay, I guess there's benefits to being obscure. And then finally, if you want to help donate, there's the PayPal, and become an Inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster, and all the cafe characters will say howdy to you. You're playing with your face.
I'm smiling.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do the segment, the Mikelopedia Insanica. It's this huge book full of interesting facts and figures and whatnot. See this book? Isn't it huge? Oh, we didn't have any of the characters stop by. Maybe the characters will help us with the Mikelopedia Insanica.
Maybe if you open up the book, maybe it's a pop-up book.
The pop-up book, and then the characters will pop up.
Will just pop up.
Okay. Well, first, usually I play a song that has to do with whatever we're doing.
Well, I don't know what you're doing, so I can't recommend a song. We should really plan things before we do this podcast.
Yeah, we should. Let's see. I don't know, just pull a song out of the air. We were talking about Maroon 5 earlier.
We were talking about Maroon 5.
Payphone? Okay, good.
The Mikelopedia Insanica.
I'm at a payphone trying to go home. All of the change I spent on you. Where time's gone.
That's Payphone by Maroon 5. Sure. And look who just popped up out of the phone book. I mean, the book that we had. Oh my god, it was really stuffy there in that book. I didn't like being there. I'm Chely Shoehart, the guest shop supervisor. What was I doing in a book? That was like so strange. Hi.
Hello.
I heard you had fun last night doing things with Mike Matthews.
Yeah. What's our story?
I have a story for you guys. That was a great story. What's another song we have? Mike Matthews, I didn't even tell my story. Okay, well, there was all this... What, are you going to tell the story? I am. We're fighting with each other. Remember that big threat about Atlanta and the WWF over the weekend? Did you hear about that? Or
Why, yes, I'm going to pretend that I did.
So, apparently that didn't matter because they went on with the wrestling.
Well, good.
And
What kind of a world would we live in if big burly men couldn't just constantly beat each other up?
And that hacktivist group, Anonymous, is
Right.
like trying to help us out by giving us all this info about what's going on with ISIS.
Yeah, I don't know. Anonymous is too fragmented for me to totally trust everything that they say and do. And
Isn't it weird having the two fighting each other? It's so strange.
Anonymous is so weird. Anonymous is a bunch of people in their mom's basements who think that they're really tough. And I mean, yeah, they have the know-how and the skills to possibly make a difference, but they could also mess it up seriously. And it's just, they're weird. Anonymous is weird. They talk huge.
I think I got really worried they exposed my name and password because I was part of this BART.gov thing. Because when I got my BART card, they said, sign up for BART.gov and you will get, like, free tickets to see all kinds of shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I didn't. And then Anonymous, for some reason, got mad at BART because of the whole Occupy movement. And BART, like, they had the police hit some people that were innocent, supposedly. And then Anonymous said, we hate BART, and they shut down things and turned off their Wi-Fi and whatnot.
They do that.
Okay, so let's do another song that we were thinking about earlier. How about that Enya song?
Sure. The dubstep remix?
Yeah.
Of course.
Good old Enya.
Wow, good old dubstep.
So apparently, Hunger Games Mockingjay only debuted with 101 million, which is really low.
That is super low.
Did you watch any of the Hunger Games movies?
No.
I tried watching the third one. That's where I jumped in, the third one.
How'd that go?
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, oh, cool effects, but
That makes sense.
there was like a mound of skulls. I'm like, oh, this is...
All right, that's cool. I'm in.
Turned it off after a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there was a character here to talk about that. Hi, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. We just popped up out of the pop-up book. And, oh, hello, Hayley.
Hello. Did you guys go see The Mockingjay Part 2?
No. We downloaded it illegally, but we haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll probably watch it after we watch the 5,000 other things we have. I'm Chris Hardwick. Well, I hope you guys get to all those. That's a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah.
I don't condone illegally downloading, just so that we have that on record.
I do. Do whatever you want.
As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. We're pressed for time today.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture is all of us hanging out at the pizza place. You should check it out now.
Mm-hmm. That would be the first picture of me.
Yes! You'll have to guess which one is Hayley.
It's not hard.
And Kevin is definitely the one wearing glasses.
Yes.
And I'm the one with Basil, but you can't see Basil really in the picture.
Not really. But I think they know what you look like, so I think they'll figure out which one it is.
And you know what Basil looks like, because I posted a bunch of pictures of Basil.
And maybe if you look really closely, you'll see Scary Face Mickey in the window.
Yeah!
I don't know. I haven't. I didn't pay attention to that in the
But
picture.
yeah, that window is definitely visible. I don't know if Scary Face Mickey is in there.
I don't know.
Check it out now, Mike'sDailyPodcast.com.
Mike Matthews, this show is like really scattered.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I loved it. It was great.
Okay.
It was really great.
I like the part with the Maroon 5 song.
What other story can I tell in incomplete sentences?
Oh, please, feel free.
I'll tell the plot of my favorite movie in incomplete sentences.
Oh, okay.
It's, the chairs pouring the glass of water, and the monologue, and the big audience, and there's binoculars. It's rolling around. The squish bug is like a bottle, and so it exploded. It just exploded, and just murdering, and it's going in the desert, and it's a stuffed crocodile, and it's a turkey, it's poison, dead, and like everyone, but this wheelchair guy, and this big climatic, it's like a dummy, and it's
John
more
Deere.
exploding, and it's tricycle for some reason and just roll it off into the sunset.
This went on for several days. And
hey, if any of you can guess what that movie is, props to you.
email us, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Or you can comment at the Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Tumblr.
Tumblr. Well, you can't really comment on Tumblr. You could send us a message.
Okay. We read your comments on the section, emails from email, and your comment, not so comment.
I should send you a message, because they have the new messaging system on Tumblr.
Oh, excellent. Okay. John Deere, you were trying to say something while Hayley was going off on the movie. So I can name that movie in 3 notes. That was An Inconvenient Truth.
No.
Oh, rats. I can't believe we actually went out and saw An Inconvenient Truth.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't.
I mean, I saw it on DVD, but I'm like, I can't believe I rented that and watched that. It's like...
Good old Al Gore.
But I guess it was at a time we were still kind of... What's Al Gore got to say? Al Gore's got something to say. Let's hear what Al Gore said. Now, the world is going to hell in a handbasket. We got to stop this. I don't know why I'm doing that as a Simpsons voice. Like the mayor. Didn't he sound a little like that? I forget.
A lot of different characters, I think.
Let's end the show now because it's such a good point, and I feel really positive. My eyes are finally open.
Okay.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.